What's cracking, everybody? Zerfell Rose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Evolving Stars event, which begins on October 5th, which is this coming Wednesday, at 10 a.m. local time. And it's going to continue all the way until the 11th of October, which is a Tuesday at 8 p.m. local time. And the big draw here is that we get our special research steps to the next section of the Season of Light research, which means if you've already got your Cosmog, you're going to go to the next step, which is going to get us Cosmoem, which means we're just one step closer to Solgaleo and Lunala, which is likely going to be a November thing at the end of the season. So, very cool stuff. Just story at this point. Cosmoem is not going to be a PvP relevant anything, so just we'll hold on to them, and eventually we're going to be able to get, as they say, in the distant future, we're going to be able to get additional Cosmog. So maybe it'll be in like raids or something, I don't know. But anyway, you can hold on to, you can evolve yours and know safely that if you screw up or have a bad one, we're going to get more, in the future. So don't worry about that too much. During this event on Saturday, the 8th of October, so that's going to be this coming weekend from 2 to 5 p.m. local time, Mega Gyarados is going to be in the Mega Raid pool, and I think it's going to be the only thing in the Mega Raids, probably. You get 5 additional raid passes from gyms, and you have an increased chance of getting the shiny red Gyarados, which, as someone who has a shiny red Hundo Gyarados, I love it deeply, and it is one of my favorites. So, wild encounters in this event, not too spectacular for PvP, but there's one thing I want to point out, and this could secretly be one of the best dust events that we've had recently, and I'm going to tell you why. Look at the spawns, right? Kakuna, Pidgeotto, Poliwhirl, Kadabra, Haunter, Rhyhorn, Seadra, Scyther, Eevee, Swinub, Ralts, Duskull, Tynamo, Litwin, Helioptile. And look at how many of those Pokemon are Stage 1 evolution Pokemon. You know, you get 300 Stardust every time you catch one of those. Do you know also that Haunter is going to be the featured Pokemon for the Spotlight Hour on Tuesday? Which is kind of awesome because, yeah, that basically means that you're going to be able to go out and get Haunter in the wild, like almost specifically, plus it's a double dust day, hour, Spotlight Hour, what do you call it? Spotlight Hour is double dust on Haunter Spotlight Day, which is, I think it's next Tuesday. The second Tuesday. You know what? You know, go check your calendar. I'm not your Google Calendar. Go check it. But Haunter is going to be able to give you 600 Stardust per catch, and you can do that for a full hour. Go to a park and grind it. I'm going to try my best to do that myself. I need Stardust. I'm so poor. But you know, look at this: Kakuna, Pidgeotto, Poliwhirl, Kadabra, Haunter, Seadra. All of them are going to give you 300 Stardust base per catch. So secretly, this could be a really good dust event because I know that every time I see something evolved in the wild, I go to catch it because it gives me that bonus dust. So something to look out for, and just be aware of it. You know, it's, you know, the PvP spawns kind of suck, not gonna lie, but the dust is there, and that's cool. That's always helpful. We always need more Stardust. 1-star raids, you're gonna have Slowpoke, Onix, Scyther, Porygon, and Sunkern. Big fat yawn. Magneton, Rhydon, Togetic, and Piloswine are gonna make up the 3-star raids. That's an even bigger yawn. But in the 5-star raids, we're gonna have Yveltal swapping out during the event on the 8th of October, and then on in raids from Saturday, October 8th, we're going to have Xerneas. So on October 8th, Yveltal is going to swap out of raids, and then in comes Xerneas. All right, we're going to start over. I'm going to say this correctly. I know I am. English sucks, and my brain is turned off. Xerneas is coming in on Saturday after Yveltal rotates out of raids on Saturday, the 8th of October. I am just reading this for the first time, so sue me. Xerneas is going to come in afterwards, and it's got the new buffed tackle, which means it's going to be really good for you Master League enthusiasts, and even for Ultra League enthusiasts like myself. It's going to be worth picking up at least one. Plus, it'll be shiny. The shiny on that thing is cool. Plus, I have a pun with my name because Xerneas, come on, look, it fits so well. Anyway, Mega Raids, now that I've gone and fuddled up everybody's brains. Mega Manectric and Mega Lopunny are going to be in the Mega Raid pool. They rotate in and out alongside Xerneas and Yveltal, so Mega Lopunny is currently in the pool. They're confusing me because they list the first one second. It's confusing, Niantic. Get it in the right order, please. Manectric comes in with Xerneas at the same time. Field Research tasks to give us Stardust, Evolution items, and Mega Energy. You give me, literally anything with Stardust, I do it, all right? I'm a Stardust whore. I will take it and I will love it and I will cherish it, and then I'm gonna spend it on something useless like a Snorlax in Master League that I'm gonna use for 2 battles and never use again. Yes, it happened. And you get collection challenges for evolution, and then, which is going to be tomorrow's video, the Evolution Cup is coming, and I'm going to give you a whole breakdown. So make sure you subscribe and click that bell to get notified when I upload that video this coming Wednesday, which is going to be tomorrow, from the upload date of this video, which should be Tuesday, assuming nothing went catastrophically wrong. I'm going to break that whole meta down, so just stay tuned for that. So let's talk about the wild spawns that we do care about in this event. So for the wild spawns in this event that we actually care about, right? We've got Kakuna as the first one, because it evolves into Beedrill. Great League Beedrill. Definitely worth having. Able to be a mega as well, which is, again, worth having. You know, Halloween events coming up, there's poison types involved. Probably would rather have Mega Gengar for that event, though, just for the ghost types as well. But so that's going to be helpful to have, especially if you don't have one yet. Just keep in mind that Beedrill's Drill Run is a community exclusive move, legacy move, so you'll need an Elite TM or an event to get it, but still worth having, especially if you don't have one yet. Pidgeotto is something that would be worth having. Again, Pidgeot has been around for a while with that Feather Dance. It's a very strong Pokemon in both Great and Ultra Leagues, especially in limited formats that kind of let it thrive without maybe some steals to be a problem for it. And it also is a mega as well. Do keep in mind as well that the Gust fast move on Pidgeot is a legacy move, so you'll need, once again, an event or an Elite TM in order to put that on there. Next up, we've got Poliwhirl, both as a Poliwrath and a Politoed. Poliwrath, I would definitely lean towards an Ultra League without XLs, because I would rather have it with dual purpose, so you could use it in Premier and also in Open. You don't get that much extra bulk from leveling up to like level 44 or something, I think. It's really not worth the extra power-ups in Dust, and you don't want to have to make 2 Poliwraths for 2 different leagues. I mean, you can if you want. There are definitely merits to having an XL Poliwrath, but if I'm picking one, I'm definitely picking the one that goes in Ultra as well, or Ultra Premier Classic as well. As far as Politoed, though, you can make a hundo if you want, but Politoed, I would definitely stick with the XL candy and go for the big bulk version. And then, obviously, they're both great in Great League, so you know how to deal with that. Now, Eevee, we've got, instead of putting all of them into one mishmash of things, I've decided to experiment a little bit. Same thing with the Politoed and Poliwrath. I've decided to experiment a little bit with my icons, and I've got the Umbreon on the left and the Sylveon on the right. And the reason why I have Sylveon separately is because it has that new Quick Attack. It's actually worth having for all of the leagues. Now, Quick Attack makes it such a dynamic and actually not disgusting fairy to use. I say it. I hate Charm. If it doesn't have Charm, I'm okay with running it. You know, A9 with Powder Snow, you know, Sylveon with Quick Attack, Florges with Fairy Wind, stuff like that. I enjoy those kinds of things because they feel skillful, right? I mean, Charm, obviously, yes, there will be skillful people who know how to use Charm effectively, and there will be hate and the fact that I said that, but you know what? I think Charm is a skillless move, and I hate it. But it does have its merits, and I have used it before. I just don't like using Double Charm. That feels dirty. So let's talk about raids. Once again, as I said, big fat yawn for the raid pool in the 1 and 3 star tiers. But 5-star tiers, we've got Yveltal and Xerneas. Both can be shiny, and I mean, Xerneas looks beautiful as a shiny, let's be honest. I'm going to try to rate it if I can, because I need one for Ultra League. I need one. I mean, if Master League Classic ever comes back, I promise that I will never, ever play Master League Open unless they make XL candies so accessible like regular rare candies that I can rate a little bit and pump in, you know, the bunch of rare candies and get my XL. I'm not putting $100-something into a legendary every time I want to make it level 50. I'm not doing it. I don't have the money for that. If you do, I applaud you, and I think it's a great thing because Master League is so much fun, but I'm not here for it, and I can't do it. So, I mean, that's essentially it. There's nothing super new. I mean, yeah, we could talk about Quick Attack Xerneas. I guess we could just kind of poke that up here, or not Quick Attack, Tackle Xerneas, right? So, like, I'm totally not prepared for this, so we'll just go back here. So let's talk about Xerneas in both the Ultra League and in the Master League. So let's check out some of the wins and losses that we get. We're going to hit up the multi-simulator here, Ultra League, level 50, throw Xerneas in here, and just kind of see how it does, right? I guess Tackle and a bunch of nukes, right? Tackle, close combat, it gets Giga Impact, it gets Mega Horn, and you can't see any of these because of the way that my screen capture works, but it's basically, it's got close combat, Giga Impact, Mega Horn, Moonblast, Thunder, all of its charge moves. And with Tackle's like a Lit clone, right? So if you can get Xerneas with shield advantage, it's going to be able to get to these moves, and it's going to be able to hit really hard. So let's take a look at how Ultra League comes out here. Now, it's only got 13 losses and 27 it's got 13 wins and 27 losses, so it's not going to be anything spectacular in the Ultra League. I think the Master League is where Xerneas is going to shine the brightest. But if you play factions, it's probably worth at least picking one up, just in case maybe your opponent is super weak to the Xerneas, right? That one tech, right? But there's a ton of losses here, and unfortunately, they're all really, really impactful things in the meta. Typically, what the Xerneas is going to be able to beat are those things that don't like to see fairies, and like you see Empoleon here, doesn't really like taking a close combat. Gyarados doesn't really like taking a Thunder. I think it's Moonblast. I think Gyarados just loses because it's got Dragon Breath, and because it's a fairy type, I think it just has that edge. But everything else here ends up either tanking a close combat or a Moonblast, or both, and gets completely demolished by it. And then once we get past, even Snorlax can take out Xerneas in Ultra League. But once we get past Snorlax, it's like everything else is able to beat it. So I wouldn't go too hard for Xerneas. If you happen to get a good one for Ultra League while you're trading IVs, or happen to raid like a good raid one, not a bad pickup. But again, it's not something I would go nuts out of my pants for. Now in the Master League, this thing has 14, 17, and has a draw of 1. So what does it lose to? Once again, we've got the Steels, we've got Kyogre, we've got Mewtwo. So, some of the really, like, impactful things and the things that beat fairies, like Ho-Oh, overwhelming you with energy and fast. The Psycho Cuts just obliterate the Xerneas before it can do much, right? And you're not doing any super effective damage with Xerneas either, so unless you're running Mega Horn, you're probably out. Metagross obviously just rolls right through it. Excadrill, you're not getting too close combats probably before it gets enough drill runs to take you out. The Giratinas are able to handle it because that tackle damage does next to nothing. But let's talk about the wins, right? So you got Snorlax, Togekiss, Zacian is listed as a win for Xerneas, which is kind of cool. Zekrom, because it's a fairy. Mamoswine, because it hits it with a close combat, I imagine. Sylveon is not going to be able to take out Xerneas before it gets to its second Moonblast, probably to take it out. And we just talking about things like, Dialga. It's basically got the Moonblast in close combat is basically Zacian level coverage, but with Tackle instead of Snarl, which may or may not be a good thing, right? Tackle is, once again, it's a Lit clone, so it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but the energy gain isn't terrible. So, but that's gonna do it, y'all. That was basically the Evolving Stars event. Thanks again so much for catching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Get a lot of Stardust. Bye.